It's no longer enough to say that comparison is the thief of joy, because I feel like everybody has heard that phrase. Everybody acknowledges that comparison is going to hurt you in the long run. Comparison is going to bring you down. But for some reason, we still cannot release that feeling of competition or that feeling of comparing ourselves to other people. And for a long time, I've always questioned why. I've always questioned, why do I still find myself in competition with people that don't even know that I exist? Or why do I find myself comparing myself to either people on the internet or just people in my real life? You may disagree with this, but I feel like that's really just wired into our DNA. That feeling of competition is just an aspect of our humanity that for some reason we will never be able to get rid of. But regardless of how human it is and how many people tell you how normal it is, that comparison and that feeling of competition will always consume us and make us feel lesser than, or make us feel like we are inferior to the people in our lives or the people that we don't even know. Unfortunately, in this generation, we're placed in an environment where we're constantly forced to compare ourselves with other people. It's not something that we're intentionally trying to do. It's really just a subconscious feeling every single time we scroll. When we scroll, we see somebody maybe living a better life than us. Maybe they have a nicer car than we want to have. Maybe they're living in a better house than us. Maybe they have a better dynamic with the people in their lives. Every single time we're scrolling, we're constantly having this subconscious feeling that we have to compare ourselves with other people. And with how long the average person is on social media every single day, I'm sure you can imagine just how much time and how much percentage of the day we're taking comparing ourselves to other people. Comparison will always lead to competition. When you compare yourself to another person, you begin to compete with that person. And I really just wanted to take this time to let you know that it's time to get rid of that feeling, or let go of that feeling of competition. Let go of that feeling that you have to compete with the person next to you, or you have to compete with the people in your life. You will never genuinely be happy with anything if you don't get rid of competition. It's time to let go of that fake happiness towards other people because you're secretly envious of that person, and that envy comes from being in competition with that person without them even knowing. It's time to let go of constantly putting yourself down because you feel like another person is beating you at something that they're not even competing in. It's time to let go of that feeling that you're inferior to another person because you're subconsciously competing with that person. It's time to let go of that feeling of competition. I'll be honest here, I find myself in constant competition with the people in my life, and it's something that I've always tried to fix. It's always something that I've tried to change, but I never understood why I felt that way. And because I could never find out exactly where this feeling was coming from, I just never was able to change it. But I always find myself in constant locations comparing myself and competing with people that probably aren't even acknowledging my existence. Like, for example, if I go to the gym, I might compete with the person that's benching next to me. And it's not even an intentional thing. It's really just me looking at another person and then seeing, okay, are they better than me at that? Are they doing better than me in something that I wish I had? And even with more casual stuff, not even with just the gym, I might go outside, see somebody in a nice outfit and think to myself, man, he not rocking a better fit than me. It's really just anything. That feeling of competition with people that I don't even know the names of has consumed me for far too long. And it wasn't until recently that I really found out how to change that behavior within myself. But if you relate to any of what I'm saying, then you might relate to the fact that that constant consumption of competition makes you feel clouded in any moment that you're in. It's like you're constantly living on edge because everything is a competition. You can't even walk outside and look at another person's outfit without getting self-conscious about if that person is being better than you at something. It consumes you so much, and it makes you feel like you're walking on eggshells just to live, just to go outside, just to go to the store, just to go to the gym. Comparison is the thief of joy, but competition is really the thief of you having control over anything in your day. So like I said, I found myself in constant competition with everybody, and it wasn't until recently that I figured out exactly why that was. And honestly, it was really because I was always trying to have this weird power dynamic over people. And it really sounds terrible now that I say it out loud, but it's honestly just the truth. I wasn't confident enough in myself, and I wasn't confident enough in the things that I believed I was capable of doing. So I tried to have this weird power dynamic just so I can feel a little bit more secure in myself. I had this weird power dynamic so I can feel security in the fact that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing and I was doing it correctly. But you'll never find fulfillment in having power over another person. You'll never find fulfillment or security in yourself if that security or fulfillment relies at the expense of another person. It should never take diminishing or belittling another person's successes to make you feel more secure in yourself. And if that's the case, then you're not actually finding fulfillment. You're just finding a substitute for what it feels like to be fulfilled. When you're seeing everything in life as a competition, and then you're competing with people that probably don't even know your name, you're competing with people that you have no business competing with, you've already accepted the fact that you've lost. In competitions, there's only winners and losers, and you cannot win over somebody that's not playing a game. So if you're constantly competing with people that don't even know that they're in competition with you, you've already lost. You're the only person that's able to be a loser in this game that you're playing. The only way for you to let go of that feeling of competition at all is if you let go of that power dynamic that you feel like you need to have. I let go of that feeling of needing a power dynamic when I realized that my power came from the fulfillment that I got when I didn't need that power, or when I didn't really want that power over another person. And I was telling one of my friends this last week, but I felt the most power in my life when I let go of that feeling of needing power over another person. And it wasn't because God rewarded me with power because I realized I didn't actually want it, and that's the one thing that got me the power. No, it wasn't that. It was really the fact that I realized I don't need to keep losing. I don't need to keep putting myself in a position to keep losing against these people that don't know that I'm competing with. The only person keeping me in this game of competition was myself. I was the one belittling somebody else's accomplishments just so I can feel a little bit better about myself. It's not like anybody else put you in this game of competition. The only person that has the power to do that is yourself, and the only person that has the power to take you out of that competition or take you out of that game is also yourself. And I'm going to reiterate this because I feel like it's the most important point that I'm going to mention, but that feeling of competition is so exhausting and draining, and the only person that's going to lose is, like I said, yourself. It takes no energy to have somebody swinging at you and you're just constantly backing up. They're missing every single shot, they're missing every single hit. It takes no energy to watch that person miss, swing at you and miss constantly. But for anybody that's ever done some martial art, you already know that it takes a lot more energy to constantly swing at a person and constantly miss that person than it does to back up and just not take the hit. So in your search for power, that person that you're constantly competing with and you're constantly feeling like you've got to be in a competition with them, you're giving that person more power by swinging so hard at them and missing every single time, because that person has to do nothing to win this game. The only way that they're going to lose this game is if they find themselves in a competition as well. So I just want to quickly reassure you and let you know that it's okay to let go of that power. It's okay to feel weak for a little bit. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let another person take the shine. It's okay to let another person be better at something than you are, because at the end of the day, you know what you're capable of. You know the things that you're able to do, and you know the way that you're able to move about life. You don't need to have power or conflict with another person or competition with another person to prove your worth or to prove that you have fulfillment in your mind or fulfillment in your heart. You're a strong person, capable of change, and you can make yourself the version of you that you want to be. And you can do that without needing power over another person. That was my 2 cents, and I genuinely hope that helps somebody because it's been weighing on my heart for a little bit, and I've been finally able to share that with you guys. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you check out another one. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out.